Welcome along, guys, to the Clan Mother video for the 10th moon cycle. Now I am a little bit behind with this one as we're already in that time, but that's okay because we have until the full moon at the end of October to really work with this Clan Mother. So we have left the setting sun woman, and setting sun woman was the Clan Mother for the 9th moon cycle, and I did do a brief video on her. So just to reiterate, what we've left is the time of awareness and where we're starting to remember and awaken. And we're also, when we were working with the setting sun woman, we were working around tomorrow's goals and dreams. So you may have found that you were starting to think about what it is that you really want to achieve, and you may have been feeling like you were remembering what you were here for. Okay, so there might have been some purpose stuff coming up, all of that sort of stuff. Setting sun woman was all about teaching us how to live the truth. And what I'm talking to you about, now I share this every time I do this, but what I'm talking to you about is the work from Jamie Sand's book, The 13 Original Clan Mothers, and I'm extremely grateful that she wrote this. I'm also really grateful to those who helped me with this work and who introduced me to this. So I have a friend who is quite well developed in Native American Indian medicine, and another really cool friend who's a shaman that I work with, who is also a Cherokee Indian from the Sandhill tribes. And he is fantastic in terms of encouraging us to be women in charge, WICs, and to really start to work our magic. Now, I have said before that I love working with the Clan Mothers, and I might have said this in one of my Witchy Vibes videos, but I want to say this now before I drop into Weaves the Web, because I read some of this, or I think I was introduced to this a couple of years ago, and I'm sure it was around this time, or at least it was around this time that things started to make sense. And I love it, and the reason I love it is because with astrology and with star signs and where the moon cycles, you know, all of that sort of stuff, things can change, and we know this, okay? Each year it changes, and this year we've been in Capricorn, and with all the stuff that's been happening, it's never been seen before, right? So we are definitely at the start of something new. But what I love about the Clan Mothers is that we are learning the same thing every year, but our depth and our knowledge changes each year. So how we approach it is different, if that makes sense. And Weaves the Web, when I first read it, let's just say that I had a web around me that was going to choke me. So I had created a web so tight because I tried to control everything that's not great. Now, weaving your web is all about having that web around you. I'm cold, which tells me I'm on track. Weaving that web is having that really beautiful stranding around you to capture your dreams and goals, but to also let things fall through. So if you think about a dream catcher, probably is what you want to think about. But also think about the spider as spider medicine, and think about what they're doing and how it is that they weave their webs, and their webs can withstand so much pressure, and some of them are so strong, you know, the threads are so strong from this tiny little creature. But she's weaving her web for a reason, right? So I'll read you the poem, and then I'll share a little bit about it. But get excited, because regardless of whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, October is the shift. Weaving the web is all about working with your truth. It's all about creating those desires now, right? So the month prior, we were setting up what it was that we were desiring. We were starting to remember things. We were really, you know, it was a thought process, but now we're shifting into the energy of the Clan Mother, who helps us to take the action necessary to achieve our dreams and goals as well. And there's something else that I'll share at the end too. So, gossamer threads of life hold me, perched between earth and sky, weaving the web, dreaming the dream, through the two worlds I'll fly. With you as my muse, mother, I create the substance of dreams, allowing the artist within me to fashion my life with esteem. I mould the clay of experiences into a sacred medicine bowl, capturing the essence of living as it sings deep in my soul. Your secrets of creation, Mother, have taught me when to destroy the chains that have bound me, limiting the expression of my joy. You have taught me how to labour, giving birth to the visions within, setting them free like silver arrows, kindling the fire of creation again. It's really cool, right? And in that poem is everything that you need, basically. But she talks about destroying as well. Now, that's a really important part of this. So October is the month where we're really starting to see what it is that we we desire to create. And you really need to be good at releasing and letting go those things that just aren't meant for you, that just aren't a part of your journey anymore. That's okay. You can let them go, all right? The colour that this clan mother works with is pink. So by all means, if you're a pink person, wear some pink. I'm not overly pink person, so I'll find some pink. I do have some, like I have a hot pink mandala colouring book over there, and I have some pink around me, but it's always good to work with that. My pendant is my web, and I often look at this pendant. I bought it a couple of years ago as well, and it looks like a spider's web. So the cutting of this stone was really cool, how they did it. So it just draws you into the centre. I love it, and it reminds me of a lot of things. So weaving the web represents the creative principle within all things. She teaches us how to use our hands to create beauty and truth in tangible forms. So this one is all about knowing what it is that you want, but also taking the action towards creating whatever it is that you want. It's also knowing that if you weave your web, you're going to attract to you what it is that you need to fulfill your dreams and desires. It doesn't mean that you are going to have to do all the work, but you do need to do some work. A lot of your work is in your planning, your preparation, your prayers, your rituals, your ceremonies, your release letters, we've got a new moon coming up, your intention letters, all those sort of things. But Weaves the Web is also the guardian of creative forces. She helps us express creativity in a positive manner and to use the energy that's available to us. She's the keeper of life force and instructs us to create health, to manifest our dreams, to develop and use our talents, and to access the spiritual potentials. So really, 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 really strong with this one on taking action, but also to trust your survival instincts. When our physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual survival is at risk, Weaves the Web shows us how to tap into the life force to grow beyond the stagnation. She is an artist, a creatress, and a muse who beckons and inspires us to create the beauty found in our heart's desires, which is awesome. She's like Grandmother Spider who wove the web of the universe. She teaches us how to weave the web of our experiences. She shows us how every circle we create grows to touch the circles created by all other life forms. So think about that. The webs we create can trap us if we do not create them in truth. We are asked by this clan mother to work with and for the truth in order to manifest a world that all living things can share. A web that is created in greed will eventually trap and devour the one who wove it because it was woven too tightly to allow giving, receiving, and sharing. So I said at the beginning that I had a web when I first learned about this sort of stuff that would have choked me because I was so much like that. I was in the finance industry. I had just come out of the corporate industry as well. And that the energy that goes with that sort of stuff, it's not fabulous. And so many games and once you know the system, so much availability for manipulation, let's put it that way. And I'm sure that we are starting to see some shifts, right? Some people, some companies, some countries are getting choked by the web that they chose to weave. A web woven too loosely without care lacks the craftsmanship that is necessary to make it strong and durable. So remember that too, which is why I just did another video before all about we're coming up to a new moon, and a new moon gives us the opportunity for a 6-month run in that particular energy to harvest. Okay, so you will reap what you sow, and sow good seeds, and you sow them now. You're all about creating your dreams. You do have to do something in order to help those little seeds to germinate, to grow, to strengthen. Okay, just bear that in mind. A web woven from fear will attract the lessons needed to overcome that fear. So if you are not feeling so great within yourself, do some work. Reach out to a coach, reach out to groups, just find some people or someone who can help you. Learn about different tools and techniques to really help you elevate yourself. A web woven from the love of creating and the desire to share abundance, caught in the web's silvery fibres, is a web that will endure until the dream is fulfilled. Now that's what we want, right? Create from love and a willingness and a desire to share, and to share the abundance, right? Or the abundance of everything that's coming in. This is really cool. I have already said it. I love this clan mother. I really love the whole book, but this one in particular always sings to me, speaks to me, because it's been my greatest transformation personally. Weaves the web is the clan mother we turn to when we need the skills to make our dreams real. She shows us how to take the actions necessary to tap our creativity and to go with the flow. Giving birth to our dreams is always accomplished by having the desire to create, deciding to create, and taking the actions necessary by using the flow of life force to give birth to the dream in the tangible world. So it's by having the desire to create, deciding to create, and taking the actions necessary by using the flow of life force to give birth to the dream in the tangible world. So believe that your prayers are going to be answered, because they are. And if you know that, then you will live your life differently every day. So yeah, step into that space. The rest of Jamie's chapter on Weaves the Web tells you the story behind Grandmother Spider, how she came down, what it was she was doing. The clan mother is very creative. This one talks about pottery. She's hibernating because in the northern hemisphere it's winter, but she's making crafts. She's doing all those things to take to the markets to sell when things, or not to sell, but to barter and exchange. Bearing in mind how long ago this is fashioned. Okay, this is the great mystery. This is all of it. It's when it all began. This is a clan mother that helps you to make things. So staffs, jewelry, pottery, I don't know, whatever it is that you love to create. Sewing, embroidery, basket weaving, macrame, like whatever. Okay, now is your time to do your creation. Yeah. And if you love to create businesses or communities that give back, or ways for people to work together, fantastic time to start doing those sort of things too. Okay, it's not just practical, especially not with us, not now. She also talks about saving your energy and keeping a little bit in reserve, because you learn that. This clan mother in this particular month has reference to a lot of different animals, so she's learning lessons from a lot of the animals. And she didn't realise, but within her was a desire to have her own children. And the way the story unfolds is that there's noises outside of her cave. She goes outside, finds this lump thinking that it's an animal, pushes it, and it's actually a human who's died, and underneath that human are two little kids. So she gets to have the children that she initially wanted. And what I find in that is that you can have a dream and desire with no actual way of being able to create it. You cannot even fathom how it's going to come true. Yet you have that dream and that desire within you, and it was given to you for a reason. So you put it out there in terms of working away like you normally would, and you just do whatever it is that you feel inspired and called for to do. And then forces will support you and assist you, and opportunities will arise, and when you're in flow, when you're in that state where you're catching the synchronicities, you're catching the messages, you're catching the signs, if you like. When you're in that state, the opportunities arise for you to achieve your dream and goal, even though way back when you set it, you didn't know how to do it, right? So she wouldn't have known how she was going to do it and voila, she got it, right? So that's the Clan Mother video for the 10th moon cycle at the end of October. So I have already said to you, we've got new moon coming up. Make sure that you create good things, hey? So at the end of October, we do actually have another full moon. I'm sure it just sneaks in, especially for us in the southern hemisphere. Yeah, I'm sure it does. It just sneaks in. So that's what gives us the 13 full moons in the year, right? So we're working with Weaves the Web now. We're going to walk our talk soon. Okay, that's coming. But October is all about creation. It's pink, and it's about taking the inspired action. So for me, being a busy-headed person, busy-headed two-legged, it means meditation, nature, limited device activity, not always work. Give yourself the space to generate that creative flow, and just trust that everything's going to work out. I hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to like and share, and drop me a comment if you've got any questions, or if there's anything in particular that you want me to talk about. And if you like how I share things, subscribe to my channel. There will be more and more videos coming, and yeah, I think I'm happy with keeping things this way. So there's videos on this channel at the moment around essential oils. There's videos around healthy snacks and food. I love it. Okay, so nutrition and plants are the key for us. We know that we need to look after nature, and then nature will look after us. But have a wonderful day, whatever it is that you're doing, and I will see you for Clan Mother side of things in the 11th Clan Mother cycle. See ya.